Hello there, people, and welcome to yet another edition of Punchin' Barons. I'm your host, Deathstalker, and today we shall be checking out yet another level of Punchin' Barons. Who would have guessed that one? But yes, before we actually get to the level of the day, I'd like to say that we are going to be also doing a side project of the Punchin' Barons thing. I probably will do a separate playlist, but just letting you guys know. Well, first of all, we have that viewer levels thing that I created, which is basically featuring levels that you guys show off to me. But I'm doing another one, which is more related directly to Punchin' Barons, and that one is going to be basically Punchin' Barons review or something like that. I'm not exactly sure what I'm exactly going to call it. I kind of do that on spur of the moment, and therefore for the time being, I really don't care. But it's going to basically be a series whereby we are going to look at levels we've already done, and basically Vortex and me is basically going to try and figure out what we can do with them or whatnot, or maybe it'll just give additional commentary. And generally speaking, they're going to focus on really terrible levels from from this series. With all that in mind, that means that really going forward, we've made it past the worst level. But we still have other levels that I have played, but I haven't gotten to yet, because even though I played the worst level and rode that level, I still continued forward in the Doom P-Wads, hoping that they would get better. So yes, there is still a lot of terrible stuff to come, and therefore that's kind of what we're checking out, just viewing all this stuff. Why am I doing this instead of doing it with Vortnitz? Because the fact that that series is more designed to be like stuff that we've already played, but like reviewing or something like that. That is basically how that's going to work. Is that one's going to be basically stuff that we've kind of checked out, done, are kind of familiar with. Beyond the Ambushed one, that was kind of like a dual one because we hadn't exactly planned the series. And yeah, that's going to be the big difference, because I have no idea what's going to be a terrible level versus what's going to be a mediocre level or something not really worthy of talking about in those streams. So therefore, we're going to have that one focus on doing like different levels. Who knows how many levels I'll do or whatnot, but I'll do different stuff. If we run out of content there, I guess maybe we'd end up doing yet another one of these. Who knows how I'm doing all that. But at the end of the day, that's going to not probably be as sectioned off as this one was. It's probably just going to be episodic. It's going to focus a lot more on different stuff and trying to redeem different levels that we found were pretty terrible. And yeah, it's pretty much like the best of, or in this case, the worst of category. Where we show off some really terrible stuff and try and figure out exactly how to fix it. Like I said, it's still in the works. I don't know how I'm managing it all. I just figured I'd let you guys know because it's going to be happening very shortly, and it's going to be the first episode of this thing, and I'm not sure how long that one's going to be going. It depends on whenever Vortex is around. So yeah, that's exactly the thing. It's going to be less active than Punchin' Barons, the official series is. Which makes sense because we kind of have to be playing levels in order to really have stuff to talk about. Otherwise, we're just playing new levels, which could work, but like I said, it would lead to more tedium than anything. It's better if we have stuff on hand. Anyway, with all that in mind, we're actually going to focus on the level of today, which is Marts 1_2, which sounds rather weird until you remember that there has been a Marts 1_1. That was his first level, and this is his second level. We don't actually get a readme, sadly. So, yeah. But this one was made on 4/9 of 94, if we can trust the timestamp. And the original one was made pretty early, I remember. God, where is it? It was made on 4/9/1994. So, wait. 4/9/1994. 4/9/1994. Okay, so he made it a few minutes later. In fact, if anything, it looks like he actually updated the other one like a few minutes after he did this one. So, yeah, these were made around exactly the same time, and he kind of separately threw them up. But whatever. If you remember from that level, it was a pretty mediocre and forgettable level, mostly. I believe that was the one that mostly just had like a gray canyon. that led to the area with the Baron of Hell with some like weird meaty areas, and that was like the most standoffish area of the level. And most of it was just pretty small and forgettable. We'll see how this compares. Will it be absolutely atrocious? Or will it be redemption? We shall see. We shall see. In the next episode of Doom! Shooting things. Okay, so we're going to have some audio so I can hear stuff, and it's going to be the custom music. In fact, there's a problem. We need to be on E1M2, I think. Yep, there we are. Look at that. Now we actually see things that isn't things that were part of the original game. God, they just constantly build more stuff in these menus. Okay, so let's actually get to the game itself so I don't procrastinate some more, especially since we don't even have a readme to read, so why am I procrastinating this long? Except for the fact of the matter that I'm apparently good at procrastinating. Let's actually shoot stuff. We have 40 enemies and 1 secret. And we apparently are on a Grey Canyon once again! This guy likes Grey Canyons. If you'll notice, one thing about that's very different from how it was before, I don't think I mentioned it during Ambush, but it was during the entire stream, that Vortex was part of. But I've added view bobbing to the experience. Now Doom Guy will look up and down slowly. Yeah! Totally awesome new feature. Bet you didn't see that one coming. Well, if you paid attention to what the most recent versions of Doom were, you would, but otherwise, no. Uh-oh, I want to go back! Go ahead, game. I don't like it when you make it so I cannot get back. Okay, there's a guy with a shotgun, he's trying to shoot me. That's not surprising at all. Usually guys with shotgun usually use their shotguns. I have found my way into a pointless area. 1 door, 2 door, red door, blue door. Let's go this way. I have shot you, and I have shot your friend. How does that feel? Oh my god, more Grey Canyons everywhere! This is just an episode of Grey Canyons, isn't it? Short level Grey Canyons, now on sale! Buy them in stock! Again, separate! It's your choice, we won't judge you! You! Stop hiding behind the med kit! It's a very stupid idea, but it's also very annoying! I swear you did it just to torment me. Oh god, this thing's are canyons! Stop talking to me! I'm trying to shoot you! It's harder to shoot things that are trying to communicate with me! Oh, I found a shotgun guy. Sure, let's go this way. There's things to shoot this way, and things that aren't going to make me... Oh god, where am I going? Hi! Okay, let's get back on this way, because I have found this thing. This is apparently not a secret. I see. Get me out of here! Game? We kinda have a problem! People! We are locked in an ammo cache! I think we've learned something today. Do not go for ammo. Ammo is bad! Getting killed by things is good! This is a very important lesson to you. Paid for by the Demon Corporation! Yeah, they don't definitely have an agenda of their own. Oh, look at that! People are saying things on my comments! Ooh, look at that! I will have to check that out later. Right now, we have to shoot things! Like there! And here! I have found ammo! And this ammo does not kill me! Yay! Ow! Hey! Hey! You! You do not attack me from invisible walls, okay? Have we gotten this clear? In fact, why is there an invisible wall room here? Did he do this just to troll me? Like, seriously? That's the entire purpose of this room. Yeah! Okie dokie, where in God's name am I going? Oh, look, we found a guy to shoot at. That's always promising. Ways to shoot at things and things to shoot at. Now, if I can just find where in God's name I'm supposed to be going, it all seems kind of grayish and confusing. I'm very lost right now, people. I might be doomed. Oh, I want that! Man, and I wanted it so bad. I should have had it. It's the way it works in Fantasy World. You want something bad enough, they give it to you. Hi. I have found where things are, and they wish to kill me. That's not a good combination. Now, how do I get there? Well, we still have this evil alcove of death. Let's go in there, because that's obviously where we need to go. Okay, this map is confusing. Let's use it to my fullest advantage and go in circles. What's this way? Okay, there's something over here. No, there isn't. The map has lied to me once again. Where am I going? Where in God's name am I going? But somebody please tell me, as I apparently cannot figure out. Ooh, okay, I found something. I have found a red key. This looks promising. We have found a giant freaking abyss. Yeah. Let's get across and shoot things. I saw something in the walls. I don't like when I see things in the walls that usually means ambushes. Oh, God. Now there's a giant red thing trying to shoot me. All because I decided to jump across a cliff. See what happens when I make terrible life choices. This is why, kids, you should never smoke. You may get shot at by a crazy guy. That's obviously connected. Okay, so we have found a blue door, and we have a gold and yellow key. Something tells me we are lacking the one key we need. Yeah. The lesson here is, the secret shall be the one key we are actually looking for. Now for the stupid question of probably where the secret is. It could be possibly anywhere. I suggest where the monsters are. Where the wild things are, that's always a good idea. Just go where the wild things are. Where exactly is that? I don't know. Look for wild things. We have found the blue key, see? Just have to go where the wild things were. I was right. I was proven right. This is a new thing of mine. We have found an elevator. Fascinating. Where does this elevator lead? To victory? To death? To a random corridor that I shall run down. That could possibly be the case too. We don't judge here. Well, we judge a little bit. But only towards the levels and the level makers. Do not make a level and you shall not be criticized. That's the lesson of today, Jimmy. If you make a level, you better hope it's good, otherwise we're going to tease you. Okie dokie, where in God's name am I going? I have found another way. What's this way lead to? Death? Pain? Torment? A random wall to go to. I see. Pointless cave. That works too. Not everything has to make sense. Just most things would nicely make sense. Such as, why there's a pink guy down here? And also, where am I going? That's always a point. It's one of those things that would be nice to know. Where am I going? I don't seem to know the answer to that one, people. This one might be a mystery. A mystery we might have to solve. I hear demons, though. And demons are a sign of the devil. And that means we are looking for a blue door. Yoo-hoo! Blue door. I hear things. I just do not know where they are. They're growling at me. They sound awfully close. They might be behind this door. Like right here. We seem to have found the secret area. I could tell because everything was trying to kill me. Yay! We found the secret! What was the point of this? Why was this a thing? I feel like this was the most pointless secret ever. Well, we found it. Now what? Yeah. Random gray secret in an area that you'd have to spam everyone to mostly get to, unless you happen to hear the monsters that have gotten angry at you. I guess that's how you figure it out. Ooh, look, I fell across a pit. Luckily, this map makes sense, or else we'd be totally lost. And we have found a button! Bam! Button! They do stuff! And we get to Toxic Refinery, which is rather weird for me because I'm used to going to level E1M2. But due to this being already E1M2, that can't be the case. So, yeah. Opinions. It was gray. It was cavey. And it pretty much lacked any interesting things like Mart's 1_1 had. At least that one had like fleshy rums and different stuff. This basically took that beginning dull part of Mart's 1_1 and ran with it to the point where that was the entire level. Just a bunch of gray cliffs. Honestly, for some reason, when I see this, I suddenly think of Dark Forces for some reason. This is honestly what I think of when I think Dark Forces is something like this. And yeah, a bunch of grayness, some balconies to shoot things from, and yeah, mostly interconnected chaoticness with things inside things and all thatness. And that pretty much is the level. Yeah, not exactly the most interesting of things. And then we had the really terrible secret. So overall, just not that great. But it was a thing! We saw it! We explored it! So, with all that in mind, thank you very much all for watching, and I shall see you all next time, where we hopefully will tackle something that is less than mediocre. Or more than mediocre. Why am I saying less than? Why do I want a terrible level? Anyway, see you all until next time.